This is Brian Mazik, aka Franchise Play, and I'm here in Brooklyn, New York, or actually I'm in New York City at Stage 37, and we're here for the WWE 2K18 annual SummerSlam event, where you get an opportunity to give the newest WWE 2K video game a test drive, and that's exactly what I've gotten an opportunity to do. It's been crazy here. They had an episode of Cheap Heat that had Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose going head-to-head on stage with Sheamus and Cesaro. Those guys got into a brawl. There was a bottle-throwing incident. We went all UFC press conference here, but that's not what I really want to tell you guys about. I want to tell you guys about my experience with WWE 2K18. Now, I'm going to also write this up in a Forbes article, but I figured since I'm in the spot, I'm in the place to be, I may as well give you guys a heads up of what to expect. Now, keep in mind, whenever we test these games at these types of events, it's not a final build. We're in August. The game doesn't come out until October. So the feedback that we give the dev team is going to be very, very important. So graphically, it is a beautiful game. It's a beautiful game. Almost every single thing I saw from a graphical standpoint I thought was outstanding. We're talking about character renders. We're talking about the lighting. All of that was great. The only, if I could nitpick at anything from a visual standpoint, I'd say the eyes of some of the characters should be a little bit more alive. Neville especially, I thought looked really dim. There were 10 playable characters for this version. That was Neville, Bobby Roode, Eric Young, Randy Orton, John Cena, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. I'm probably missing somebody, Baron Corbin, and 2 other people I can't recall off the top of my head right now. From a gameplay standpoint, what I didn't like was once we go, they had 3 different match types that they could do. They did the Elimination Chamber, a 6-man Elimination Chamber, and they also had Battle Royal, and they also had a regular solo one-on-one match. Now, in the one-on-one match, everything moved pretty well, although there was some collision detection issues still. Some of the same stuff that we've seen with WWE 2K games in the past. Some of those legacy issues were still there, unfortunately. I'm hoping some of that will get cleaned up, but if I'm being totally honest, since we've been seeing this for a while, I can't necessarily say that my hopes are really, really high that we'll get those cleared up. Secondly, there are a lot of really cool animations, especially from guys being tired in the corner of the ring, and just some of the embattled type of nuances that you see in a real wrestling match. You see a lot of that in this. I really like the way the Royal Rumble functioned. Eliminations were much smoother, much easier to understand. There's a new kind of button mashing mechanic in certain instances, and that might sound, button mashing might be a bad sound or a bad term to some people, but it works really well in this particular instance, so I really like that. My biggest issue with WWE 2K18 so far from what I've seen is the frame rate in the Elimination Chamber matches or in matches. And really I can just say the Elimination Chamber because I didn't see this much in Royal Rumble. But in Elimination Chamber, the frame rate slowed down so much that it was literally like playing the game in slow motion. I mean, I will go as far as to say, if this is if we have those types of frame rate issues when this game releases, then it's probably not ready to be released. It's that slow. The other thing is those great visuals that we see and that I talked about, they're not as apparent in the Elimination Chamber because it's a degradation of the visuals because there's so many people on the screen that are active 3D interactable characters. So there's some things to work on there. There's some good things. There's some things that, like I said, you definitely need to work on. But I wanted to come to you guys live and on the scene and talk about my experience with WWE 2K18. We still got a little bit left to go. Snoop's going to show up. There's going to be more WWE superstars that are also on the scene. I look forward to meeting those guys, talking to them, and getting back to you guys with another video. Until the next time, as always, God bless and peace.